Despite the many claims of success in crew changes, an estimated 300,000 seafarers still remain stuck on board their ships, and an equal number are obviously unemployed ashore. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has imposed severe travel restrictions on the movement of seafarers across the globe. Safety regulations limit a seafarer's maximum period of service to 11 months, but some have been on board for up to 17. Safety of entire shipping itself is now considered to be under threat due to the stress induced in serving seafarers by the prolonged stays on board.
Hello and welcome to the 32nd edition of Marex Maritime News Bulletin. These are the headlines on Monday, 21st of September 2020. IMO lobbies for seafarers' key worker status. Is it too late? If we stop using oil, what happens to all those tankers and tanker jobs? Sri Lanka lines up charges against New Diamond's Greek master. Great Eastern picks up VLGC. Insurer complains that hull rates rises do not go far enough. And now the news in detail. The IMO is lobbying to give seafarers key worker status. It is ramping up the rhetoric ahead of a meeting of world leaders at the UN General Assembly session that begins on Tuesday in New York. Shipping's global regulator has joined 7 other UN agencies to demand that authorities take immediate action on facilitating crew changes as hundreds of thousands of seafarers languish on board their ships, some for a year or longer. It is because of the sacrifices of seafarers who have continued working after their contracts have expired that ports have remained open for trade, so allowing cargo operations to be carried out in a timely manner and goods to continue to circulate smoothly. The joint statement to all world governments read.
Seafarers are on the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic, playing an essential role in maintaining the flow of vital goods, such as food, medicine, and medical supplies. However, the crisis has led to difficult working conditions for them, including uncertainties and difficulties about port access, resupply, crew changeovers, and repatriation. We join hands with the IMO to reiterate on all the countries to recognize seafarers as key workers and to provide them with the support, assistance, and travel options open to all key workers during the pandemic. We gratefully acknowledge their sacrifice and the issues they face. Many seafarers have been away from home for months and are unsure when they will be able to return home due to travel restrictions. It is important for everyone to recognize that the ability of seafarers to deliver vital goods is central to responding to and eventually overcoming this pandemic. We cannot thank all the seafarers enough for their contribution. We shall urge everyone to treat seafarers with the respect and dignity they deserve so that they can continue to provide their vital service to keep the world trade moving. Get a hero seafarers home continues to be our plea to the governments who have the power to solve a growing humanitarian crisis and must take action to bring seafarers home and allow the relief crews to join ships on a topmost priority basis.
BP Shipping owns, operates or manages a fleet of around 75 vessels and is one of the top 10 charterers of oil and gas tonnage in the world. So, when the parent company says, as it did this week, that the future of oil demand may have peaked in 2019 after almost a century of uninterrupted growth, it invites questions about the future of BP's tankers and everyone else and tanker jobs too.
Last week, British Petroleum unveiled plans to move into offshore wind farms with a 1.1 billion starting investment in a deal with Equinor of Norway. But what about the crude and product tanker fleets as BP scales back its fossil fuel commitments and pivots to a lower carbon future? In her presentation on Tuesday on the future of the business under its new low carbon trajectory, Carol Howell, Executive Vice President of Trading and Shipping, highlighted that BP had 300 ships on the water at any one time. While talking of a green future that BP wants to pursue, there was unfortunately no mention at all of crude and product tankers, a shipping segment that is the biggest employer of Indian seafarers.
British Petroleum, one of the world's biggest oil companies, has been losing several amounts of money rapidly. In fact, in the last 1.5 years, they have lost $1 billion in their shale gas project in the United States. Why is this happening? This is happening because oil, which was a very popular energy source, is now losing its popularity rapidly because of new technologies. Wind, solar, electrical powered systems are now in vogue. Seafarers who are working in the oil tanker trade have to understand this. Sooner or later, this trade will start declining. What should the seafarer of today do? They have to convert to other formats of ships which will be running in the future. Changes will keep happening, not only in the shipping industry, but in each and every industry, and we have to change with the times.
Indian Maritime University, a central university under Ministry of Shipping, Government of India, offering various UG and PG courses in the maritime sector, UG programs in marine engineering, nautical science and naval architecture, PG and research programs in naval architecture, marine engineering and management. Campuses located in Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Kolkata, Mumbai and Kochi. For admissions and program details, please visit www.imu.edu.in.
Sri Lanka has said it will file pollution and negligence charges against the captain of the Greek VLCC that leaked fuel following a fire. The new shipping managed 300,000 deadweight New Diamond, built 2000, suffered a blaze in the Indian Ocean earlier this month, creating a leak over more than a mile of sea, according to the country's Coast Guard. There is sufficient evidence to prosecute the skipper under the Marine Pollution Act as well as the Penal Code for Criminal Negligence, a spokeswoman for Attorney General Dapula de Oliveira told reporters in Colombo. The Colombo magistrate on Thursday issued a summons for the Greek national to appear in the court on 28 September. Most of the fuel that escaped from the ship has been cleaned up and no further leaks have been reported since Friday, according to the AFP news agency. De Oliveira has also submitted a claim to owner New Emporia Shipping for LKR 340M, $1.83 million to cover the cost of firefighting. The vessel is lying 139 km off the Sri Lankan coastal town in Batticaloa. One crewman died after a boiler exploded while the tanker was en route to Paradip. The remaining 22 crew members, including the Greek captain, were rescued and are in quarantine at a hotel in Gale.
This incident brought to the light one shortfall, that in this part of the world, Indian Ocean region, all countries included, we don't have enough facilities to fight such a kind of huge disaster of oil pollution. Indian Ocean Region Organization Association, which preserves the maritime interests in Indian Ocean region, should get together with the help of all countries and develop this kind of facilities. We, group of mariners from India, monitored the situation from 3rd September and understood that we lack in this kind of combat facilities in this part of the world. All countries in Indian Ocean should get together through the Indian Ocean Region Association and develop these capabilities of disaster management.
Great Eastern Shipping has tapped into the second-hand market with a deal that helps renew its VLGC fleet. Sales and purchase brokers said the Mumbai-based company has acquired the 79,514 CBM gas carrier Grace River, built 2003 from K-Line for $34 million. They added that Great Eastern has bought the Kawasaki Heavy Industries built LPG carrier to replace the 78,503 CBM Jagjivan built 1996, which is recently sold.
The Grace River is a 2002 built vessel, Kawasaki built, and as we all know, Kawasaki is known to build extremely good VLGCs. She was owned and operated by a first-class owner who is known to maintain his ships in immaculate condition. We have purchased this ship dry dock free, and she's fitted with a ballast water treatment system. She's perfectly suited for the Indian centric business and is called all the AG ports as well as a few Indian ports and meets all the requirements. She is well equipped with equipment like a booster, heater, which are of additional capacity, and further she is right on the cubic capacity for Indian trade. There is no doubt she is going to be a value addition to our fleet.
Hull and machinery underwriters will continue to register losses unless rates rise further. An insurer warned the International Union of Marine Insurance IUMI conference. IUMI's Facts and Figures Committee had earlier reported a 0.2% upturn in overall industry hull premium in 2019, which amounts to $6.9 billion in total. Ramachandran of Singapore, QBE, who chairs the IUMI Ocean Hull Committee, described the upturn as disappointing. Price adequacy has been trending upward, but I thought it would be more than the 0.2% we saw from the Facts and Figures Committee yesterday, he said last Wednesday. Disappointed over the level of increases likely means underwriters will seek additional premium from ship owners at the next renewal.
3 big claims this year have damaged hull and machinery insurers' underwriting performance. The 3 losses will have set back insurers close to $100 million, the largest claim coming with the scuttling of the 300,000 deadweight Stellar Banner, built 2016, valued at about $60 million, the 4,900 CEU Hogue Xiamen, built 2010, destroyed by a fire, around $26 million, and the 203,000 deadweight Japanese bulker Wakashio, built 2007, which grounded off Mauritius in July with a market value of about $15 million.
I fully agree with the insurers and I sympathize with them for the losses that they registered, and they will continue to do so unless they increase a premium to a reasonable extent. As who is to be blamed? They themselves have to be blamed for reducing the rates, undercutting each other to get the business. As a ship owner, we would like a good insurer who can honor the claims and the genuine claims and settle them at the best possible time. And at the same time, we are willing to have a reasonable increase on the premium. It has to be a win-win situation for the insurer as well as the ship owner.
Executive Director of Pan Asia Logistics, Mr. T.V. Sridhar, passed away on 11th September at a hospital in Hyderabad in Andhra Pradesh, India. He is another industry victim of COVID 19. Mr. Sridhar is much missed by his colleagues, friends, and family. Global demand for marine fuels is expected to fall by up to 17% due to the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on world trade, setting the stage for more consolidation among bunker suppliers, an industry executive told a conference last Wednesday. Many bunker firms are contending with low demand, low margins, ample supplies, increased counterparty risk, and constrained access to capital. A 7 to 17% drop in bunker fuel demand globally is expected in the year 2020. By comparison, premium transport fuels, which include jet fuel, diesel, and gasoline, are forecast to have lost 11.6% demand in 2020. Recap published its half-yearly report in July, warning of a dangerous increase in pirate attacks in Asia. The organization reported 51 total incidents from January through June. This represents an 82% increase in sea pirate attacks from the first half of 2019. The International Maritime Bureau recorded a similar surge in pirate incidents. Attacks doubled in the first half of 2020 compared to 2019. The escalation in pirate activity is not confined only to Asia. Both West Africa and the Americas have witnessed increases in sea piracy over the past 2 years as well. Globally, we are on a path to see a 20% increase in piracy in 2020 compared to 2019. The COVID pandemic has exacerbated conditions that drive sea piracy, such as poverty and joblessness. Ocean research non-profit organizations Parmar and IBM have announced the completion and launch of the Mayflower autonomous ship. This is an AI and solar-powered marine research vessel which will traverse oceans gathering vital environmental data. Following 2 years of design, construction and training of its AI models, the new fully autonomous trimaran was lifted into the waters off the coast of Plymouth, England, ahead of its official launch the next day. Designed to provide a safe, flexible and cost-effective way of gathering data about the oceans, the new generation Mayflower promises to transform oceanography by working in tandem with scientists and other autonomous vessels to help understand critical issues such as global warming, microplastic pollution and marine mammal conservation.
Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for watching this news bulletin. See you all next Monday.